Monday the 14th of November, and it's time for the crazy Monday morning rush again. So let's have a look at what we've got. Keep in mind that I actually posted on Saturday this weekend, so would have already gotten through some of the weekend's orders. So we've got 10 orders here on Bricklink, decent value, 224 there. Nothing super high in terms of lot count. There's a 60 lot order there, but the others are fairly modest really. So then on Brickowl we have got another 9, so that's 19, and again order value is £81, so that's 300 in total, not too bad. And then we have got 8 on eBay. One of those is a set, which I'll show you shortly, that sold as a result of me listing some of those sets last week, and that one went for about £70, which was nice. So lots to do as usual on a Monday morning, and I'll go and show you what the first batch of those orders looks like. Okay, let's take a look at the first batch of orders going out today. I think there are 21 orders here scattered around the room. So we've got an order going off here to Switzerland. This is for a Destiny's Bounty instruction book and various parts that would go with the Destiny's Bounty, although not all of them. I mean, I don't think you use any of these 2x4s, etc. in there, but there are various other parts that belong to the Destiny's Bounty in there. Other orders, mostly just basic small parts orders, the odd minifigure. We've got some eBay orders. This is one of them with a small Friends figure. We've got more of the Dark Troopers going out, 3 in that case. We've got a Maisie Lockwood from Jurassic Park, another Dimension set going out here with Aquaman. This was the big win, I guess, from eBay. This is one of the sets that I listed the other day, and it's the Ninjago airship, and that sold for £70, which I just thought was incredible for a size of that set. And then we've got the Excalibur Batman Dimension set going out. We've got some more of the Dark Troopers, and I don't have many of those left now. We've got an order there with a problem. I've got a missing item, just waiting for the customer to come back and see whether they want to cancel the order or not. And then more parts orders and some minifigs. So I'm going to get this lot packed up, ready for the depot, and then crack on with the next batch, which are slightly bigger orders. So here's a very quick look at a couple of larger orders that we've got that I need to get packed up and off to the post office now. This is the largest quantity, although there's only about 18 lots. There's about 2,500 parts there. And then this is a mix of about 60 something lots and another 60 lots order here as well. Been another manic Monday, just trying to get everything done in time for the post office, and these 3 didn't make it, so I'm just going to get these packed and posted out, probably via a Dropbox, or maybe leaving at the back door of the depot. I'm not 100% sure yet, but just going to get these packed up and gone. It's been another crazy Monday this week, and I had to go to the post office twice again, which is, you know, it's not a problem as such. It just adds to the stress on a Monday, just trying to get everything done and out the door. And I'll be the first to admit, I put myself under so much pressure because I want to get people's orders out the same or next day. So if someone ordered yesterday, being Sunday,
I want to get it out today on Monday. I don't want them to have to wait till Tuesday before I even send it. So maybe that's unreasonable if the volume of orders is so high that it's really difficult to get them out on the Monday. But you know, that's the way I am at the moment, and I'm still trying hard to get everything out and still managing it. Now I've got a little bit of time left in the day. I'm gonna revert back to trying to get more of this box listed. Still quite a lot in here to get done, all sorts of parts, and I'm gonna get as much of that done today, just to while away the next hour or so. I've had enough time on my feet today, so I'm gonna try and concentrate on getting a bit more of that done and seeing what else we can get added to the store, because you know, we've seen a lot of parts going out today. One order alone was 2,500 parts, and I've said several times recently that that is the difficult part of this game, I think, is trying to maintain your inventory numbers when you're getting a lot of parts going out the door.
Okay, it's Tuesday morning, so let's see what we've got for today. We've got on Bricklink 3 orders, fairly modest ones. Won't take any time to pick. The biggest lot count there is 11. And then on Brickowl, we've got some much bigger orders. 3 decent orders, in fact, for a total of 196 lots and £174. There is one of those with a message which says, love your YouTube channel. Sorry it's all little bits, but I'm building the Red Dwarf ship. Need to do one more order when I get some more time. Keep up the great work. Many thanks. Always good to hear what people are building, and thanks for that order. And I'll be getting that picked and out to you today. On eBay, we've also got 3 orders as well, and that's what's that, 3 on each platform. So yeah, not too bad for a Tuesday morning, especially given the value. And you know, in regards to the value, you know, it's still going really well this month so far. Still over 60% up on the previous month, so I'm really happy with that. Yesterday it had hit 80% above, but that's obviously dropped a little bit today. Anyway, gonna crack on and get these orders picked. So here we are with today's orders, and took a little while to pick, particularly this one, which was, I think, 123 lots. This was the one with the subscriber to the channel who's building the Red Dwarf. This was another 50 lot order, and actually, despite it being smaller in size, it's actually the highest value order of the day at about 80 something pounds. Couple of eBay orders, a Dimensions set, which is a Superman set going out, and another Dark Trooper, and other bits and bobs, some minifigs going out to the US, for instance. And there's somebody bought 59 of these black door frames. So anyway, going to get these packed up, and then we'll think about what we're going to do next to get some stuff added to the store. So I've just been sorting out a drawer of Technic axles and pins, and ended up being about 1,200 or so in here. Some compartments not filled, obviously, here, but I'm not too worried about that. It just keeps all of the axles and pins in the same drawer and makes them really easily accessible, so we can get those put away and listed. Now, the other thing that we've got ready to go is this thing. This is the Mac Anthem Technic set 42078,
and I've actually got someone coming to pick this up from Facebook Marketplace, expecting them to be here in the next 30 minutes or so. And I took an offer on this for £200, and pretty happy with that. Saves me messing about, partying out, etc., and clears a bit more space upstairs. Orders are all picked for Wednesday the 16th, so far at least, and I think there's 8 here, 3 from eBay, 1 from Bricklink, and the rest from Brickowl. Mostly parts orders with the odd minifigure thrown in, and more dimension sets going out on eBay. Those are selling so well, and both of those are actually going to the same customer, so that's going to save on postage, which is always nice. And then we've got another Dark Trooper, which I think I've only got 1 left of those now. I wish I'd bought a lot more of those. I think I did buy all I could get my hands on, to be honest, but maybe I should have done a trip around a few more supermarkets and picked up some more. But anyway, not to worry. Just going to get this lot packed up, and then I'm trying to decide what to do next. I really fancy a little bit of a change, so I'm thinking about going to the container. The trouble is, I've still got stuff here that really needs to be done, and I could do without bringing more back. Still, these need to be parted out. Still need to finish off the remainder of this box. Still got some dimensions stuff to sort out and to rebuild, and I could do with spending an hour or two on that, so maybe I'll do that next, because I just need to rebuild some of the dimension sets that have sold. I've still got 3 of these orange containers here, and I've still got a box here that's got lots of new quarter tiles and 1x1s and things like that, but these are mostly jobs that other people can sort of do for me, and I'm really itching to get at some of the minifigure related stuff that I know is at the container. So I'm quite tempted to have a little run out and pick up some of those boxes of torsos and leg assemblies and things and get them back and get some of that lot listed, because I know it sells so well. But we'll see what we get up to. Might try and clear a little bit of this stuff first and then have a little trip. So it seems that good old Royal Mail have been at it again and changing things without informing the customers. So I am a Royal Mail online business account holder, and that means, or has meant up to now, that the way it works is I process all of my posts through the regular click and drop website, and I have £1,000 worth of credit, and at the end of each month they would bill me, or at least monthly they would bill me. It wouldn't necessarily be at the end of the month, but they would bill me, and that would be payable in 30 days, and that would be fine. And typically my bills would be, I don't know, £600, £700, £800 a month, something like that. Now recently I noticed that I seem to be getting more invoices and smaller ones, so I've just rung them to try and find out what's going on and to see whether it's an error, because currently I've got one invoice that is due on, I think, the 30th of November. I've got another one due on the 8th of December now, and now another one just come through for the 14th of December. So I've got 3 outstanding invoices right now as things stand. And what Royal Mail have told me on the phone, and this applies to everybody, not just me, is that the threshold, which was previously £1,000, has now been changed to, get this, £50. So if you've got £50, or if you've used £50 or more than £50, you will be invoiced. Now I presume they mean weekly, because the invoices that have been coming to me recently have been weekly. But that just changes things, massively in terms of overhead of managing the system. So I'm now going to get at least 4 invoices a month versus
one invoice, and I need to be able to track them and make sure that I've got sufficient funds in my business account where my direct debit's set up to make sure that the funds are available when they go to draw those amounts of money. So much more difficult to manage, at least I feel like it is. I'd almost just rather pay as I go each day, and then I would know where I am, as long as I got the business rate for the post. That would be fine by me. But I just could not believe this. But I also couldn't believe, and I explained this to the lady on the phone, that Royal Mail don't think it's appropriate to actually send their business account holders an email to explain that things are going to change. Instead, you just start receiving lots more invoices, which is a really poor way to run a business, if you ask me.
So we've spent a few hours getting the dimension sets rebuilt, as well as some new ones, including things like Doc Brown. I managed to build the train that goes with him, and Unikitty we've not done before. We've got Jurassic Park, and some of the others that we've replenished was Kragger, Aquaman, and then we've still got a bunch of others, Chima and Fantastic Beasts, and some Ninjago as well. So useful couple of hours there getting those rebuilt, and hopefully they keep moving in the way and the speed that they have done. I've also at the same time got a couple of trays of parts here parted out and ready to be uploaded. That's going to be tomorrow now. And those were the 3 of these 76388. These are the Hogsmeade Village visit. 3 of those parted out. So plenty to do tomorrow in getting those put away, and lots of other stuff still to do. I didn't get to the container, as it turns out. Some other things came up. Maybe tomorrow.
It's Thursday the 17th of November, and we're still receiving some good orders, which is really pleasing to see. 5 orders here on Bricklink, and then we have got another 5 on Brickowl. Again, one decent value there. And then on eBay, we've got 3 sales. Now, all of this means that we're continuing to have a good month. We are close to 80% up on last month, which is really good. And about 38% increase in the number of sales. When I mention the 80%, that's in value, which is obviously the most important. It's easy to have more sales, but not necessarily increase the value. So almost 80% up on value, almost 40% up on the number of sales, and almost 30% up on the average order value. So all of those amounting to some good numbers, and all well in advance of last year. Now, obviously, I think a good portion of this is down to the acquisition of the store and the increased inventory, but also we're just heading into that seasonal swing for the Christmas and winter period, which is going to be increasing the number of orders, and I expect this to probably last now until towards the end of February. So we get 3-4 good months at this kind of level, and I'm hoping I can, make some good money that I can keep aside for next year, and to help me get through the lean months of next year. So we'll see how that goes. And here's just a quick look at those orders for today. Mostly parts orders, as I said. 2-3 decent orders, a couple at 60 lots, another at 50 something, and then some other smaller orders. including a couple of eBay items. These were really good and came out of the large box of new items that I had, and I hadn't even realized when I listed these what the value of them was, because I was just had my head down and was just listing them. So these are selling at £3.40 each, and there was a bag of about 30 or 40 of them in that box. So they were a good item to find in that box. Anyway, gonna get these all packed up now, ready to post off, and then I think my next job is going to be getting these trays uploaded. This was the Harry Potter sets that I mentioned yesterday. Get these uploaded and clear my desk off. Here we are back at the container again, and I'm just making a quick visit because I want to have a little rummage around and pick up some minifigure related parts and just mix it up a bit and try and get some more minifig stuff listed. So I know for a fact that we've got some tubs here of minifig related parts, tubs of legs, heads, capes and assorted things there. We've got torsos, headgear, looks like more heads in there, more minifigs in there as well. And then of course in here we've got drawers of torsos and stuff as well, so I'm gonna definitely be picking those up. Just gonna have a little rummage around and see what else there is, because I know in the past I've seen a few things that would be worthwhile. That'll be worthwhile. For instance, it's not going to be listed, I don't think, because it's a bit battered, but I'm probably going to part that out. Lots of minifig torsos and legs and such in there, so we'll see what we've got there. There is some new stuff in here, but I think I'm going to leave that for now. Let's have a look and see what we've got in some of this stuff down here. We've got some Friends animals there, which are always good to go, so I think those can go. What we've got in this little tub, minifigs and stuff in there. Let's grab that as well. This says bodywear parts, and let's just see if we can get this open. Have a quick look inside. There's a full laugh there, and some other bikes and bits and bobs, some capes, some legs there. Is it worth taking that? A little bit of a mission to sort that, but maybe let's take it anyway. It'd be better to get some of this just back to the house, and we can sort that out. There's a base plate there, which would be just an easy one to get listed. Looks like a power supply for, I'm assuming, the scales or something. More new stuff in there to list, I think. And then we've got more these black containers here. Let me just move this bag that's on the top. This is some other kind of containers there that I've got. Don't think I'm going to have use for these, but you never know. So in here we've got more bulk overflow, I think. So I think all of these are new. We've got a tub of black parts down there by the look of it. We've got this tub here of mixed, and this is very hard to do with one hand, so you'll have to excuse me a little bit. And then we've got another overflow tub here. Looks like tons of 1x6, 1x4 white bricks. We've got lots of minifig related parts there, and then
got back at the house. So I might cherry pick a few of these, especially the 1x6 white bricks. We'll get some of those out of the way. Oh, barely got any room to move down here. Those are new sets to be parting out, and then more overflow in there. I'll try and get down to that in a minute and see what there is. I've really got no room here to actually squeeze down the aisle, so I think what I'll do, I'll just bring some of these up here out of the way. It'll just give me a little bit more space in the aisle. And bring this one up as well. And that's going to get me a little bit closer to the bulk, which I've not looked at all. So let's just have a quick scan at some of this, although there's really nothing I can see much from here. That's some dimension stuff in there. That's the dimension set from Homer, and I can see other dimension bases and things in there as well. And the way my dimensions are going at the moment, I might even have a little dig in that in a little while before I head back. Then we've got just so much bulk to get through, and that's when the fun's really gonna start. I'm not even sure where to begin with that stuff, to be quite honest with you. So I'll have a little bit more of a rummage around. There are a few more sets and bits and bobs here that I'm not sure are worth bothering with at the moment. Don't think I need any of the figures out of there. What have we got in these boxes? There's just very little room. These are all new parts to list that are all in these blue containers that I've got lots of at home. So lots of those here, lots of dividers still in there. And what else have we got? What do we have in this one? All more used bulk in there. Might have a little look in there and see if there's any more 2x6 bricks, because they went down an absolute storm. And the other thing is whether to take these books and maybe get them listed on eBay as well. So plenty to be going at. So I'm going to have a little route around, get some stuff back to the house, and maybe we'll review what we've got when we're back there. Fairly modest bunch of orders for Friday. Just 6 orders here, but one of them is this Batman set that's sold on eBay for just under £50. The others are fairly modest in terms of both lot count and value. There's probably only about 50 quid's worth here. This one is another example of what people will buy internationally. So this is 3 black scabbards for a sword, and they're all going off to the US. So I'm going to get these packed up, and then I'm going to show you what I've brought back from the container. So let's take a closer look at what it is I've brought back from the container. We've got these tubs of minifig parts, which I'll come back to in a minute, and we'll try and get those opened up and have a look. Now over here we've got 3 trays I've brought back, and all I've done is I've literally just dumped several trays into one. So these were originally sorted into colour by brick pickers, and you can see that they had like white, dark grey and others, and blue, etc. And I've literally just dumped them into the same tray. So lots of torsos and legs here. Now in true brick picker style, he's been an absolute legend and got them all labelled up. So those are going to be
easy to get listed, as are the legs that we've got here. Time consuming still to get them listed, but you know, much easier. I don't really have to go looking to see what they are. Over here we've got another tub of minifig parts, which is a bit more random and not organized as well. So we've got, you know, tons of stuff in here to sort, and a lot of this looks sort of older minifigs and probably less valuable, although you never know with some of that sort of classic stuff. You just don't know. Before I get to those other minifig tubs, here's a few random things that I brought back. I found a drawer that had all of these white plates in, and time of year white is just selling, you know, time and time again, so I thought I'd bring them back, get them listed. They're an easy job to list. Sold out of those the other day, those white sort of log type bricks, so I thought I'd bring those back. These are the books that I brought back, a couple of collector books. Those are the guides that show all of the sets, etc. And then we've got some of these Christoph Bartneck minifigure catalogues that I'm going to check whether I've got these already or not, and if I do, I'll get them listed on eBay, and if I don't, then I'm probably going to be keeping them. These were the Friends animals that I think I showed. Now these go really well, I find, the animals, especially these kind of ones with the patterns on, and there's several in there. A couple of reasonable figures in there. There's President Business is in there, the long version with that really long cape. I brought that back, as I mentioned, to probably break down and get all of the parts out of. Now let's just take a quick look inside of these, just to show you the kind of scale that's involved. Obviously these aren't catalogued, these were to sort. I think those are always quite nice to find. So lots and lots of things in here. I'm sure there'll be some gems in there along the way, but that's going to take quite some time to sort out. So that's one box of legs. Then we've got a box of heads, and some good heads in there. There's Rocket. They'll be worth a little bit. Wow, there's a Sonic head. Gosh, I better not let my granddaughter see that. I'll never be able to do anything with that. And lots of other, you know, interesting heads in there. Not just your regular things. Lots of Disney stuff, Star Wars, some Trolls, Minecraft. So not sure what that one is. I'm assuming it's a Star Wars one, which may have some value. So some good stuff in there. This one is a lot more random. I can see straight away that there is an octopus in there, which tend to sell very well, and it looks like it's in really good condition, so that should be good. Lots of capes, some odd vehicles, some Friends heads there. We've got some kind of animal head there, elephant or something. We've got a lion, which sell really well. Some sharks that move quickly. So good stuff in there, which is still lots of sorting to do, because obviously it's all mixed, but that's going to be interesting. Then we get on to headgear. Lots of helmets of all kinds of stuff in here. It's going to be fun sorting through all of this and seeing if we can't maybe even make some things up. That'll be a good one to sell.
So lots in there, and this is where it gets very different to you know, just listing, you know, thousands of bricks one after another. This is another aspect of the job, and it's nice to mix it up, you know, between listing thousands and thousands of new parts versus you know, spending time on minifigs. So this one is mostly friend stuff. I think I just dumped all of this in together, torsos and heads, just to keep them you know, together. And the friend stuff, believe it or not, does sell pretty well. And then we've got another tub of torsos, and hopefully there's some decent stuff in there. There's a Batman with purple boxing gloves, which I think will be decent. Now I don't know whether these have been pre-sorted for quality. I think that's Indiana Jones. So, you know, lots and lots of interesting stuff in here. Lots of Star Wars I can see, lots of Ninjago. So they're not all just sort of city or anything like that. So these are going to be fun to sort through and see what we've got. Some look like they've already got numbers on, which will be interesting. But yeah, hours and hours of work ahead of me there with this lot. In fact, not hours and hours, but days and days of work with all of this. And I'm not necessarily going to do it all in one sort of batch or anything. You know, as I say, I want to mix things up, but I thought it would be nice to get this stuff here in the room, and we'll be able to you know, spend some time mixed in with picking orders and listing other bulk parts and just mix it up. So anyway, that's it for what we brought back from the container, apart from some boring stuff like a box of envelopes. I brought some rolls of 6x4 labels and things like that, but this is the interesting stuff. You might remember this little set from last week's vlog, and I listed this along with a few other sets. This, of course, is an Islanders set dating back to 1994, I believe, and is still sealed. I listed this for $69.95 as a starting price in an auction, and although it had about 35 watches or so, it went with the first bid for the listed price, which I'm fine with. Don't know if I mentioned in last week's vlog, but I paid £10 for it off Facebook Marketplace, so that's almost a 7x return on it, so I'm more than happy with that. It's actually going off to Germany through the global shipping program, so I'm just going to get it packed up now and ready to go with today's post.